From one Blue Jays way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming your way next. And the starter for Toronto, Dylan Cease. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Drops in for a hit, couldn't run it down. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Batting second, right fielder, Kyle
Loud
Tucker.
contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Tapped softly on the ground. Clement over to first. One pitch and one out.
Batting third.
Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here's Betts.
You have to find a way to score the runner from third, especially with less than 2 outs. Wait for the pitch you want and hit it as hard as you can.
Line drive to short and caught.
That takes away the opportunity to score the runner from third with a sac fly. We're talking about a different story if that line drive hits the ground, but he made a good play and they can get out of this thing with one more out.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers and this guy always seems to deliver back safely. One to note to Freddie Freeman. Right through there for a strike. 2 outs and one in scoring position. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. Throw comes into third, and he dives in ahead of the tag. Fastball for a strike. Hard hit to right center. Base hit. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Dodgers.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Will Smith to the plate. Hit on the ground to short. Jimenez whips it to first. That's the third out. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back now in Toronto. And on the hill in this one, Shohei Ohtani. What do you have on him, Singy?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Here's George Springer. That clips the corner, and he'll challenge that called strike. So the call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now.
just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Popped up. Freeland under it. And there's one away.
Batting second.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Davis Schneider. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Can't get the glove to this one. It falls in. And the tying run is on base.
Batting third.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. He plays with controlled chaos. And Singy, he's one of the best pure hitters in the game.
Yeah, we see him maturing as his career goes on as well. And he's swinging at better pitches now and producing smarter at-bats, really setting the tone for the rest of this lineup.
Out towards right center field. Pajes should have this one. Makes the grab.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto.
So up next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. This to center field. Pajes coming on. Got it. Really had to move for that catch. And that is that. So one hit is all they get. We move to the second in Toronto. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, new inning getting started. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Cease making his first start of the year. And he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2014. Left field, and that'll get down for a hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Batting seventh.
Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. He saw the break early coming from the other side and just let it get deep enough and drop the barrel on it at the very last moment.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Andy Pajes getting ready to hit. That one fouled off.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Man at second. Center field. Varsho under it. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with one away.
Batting eighth, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
This is the classic manufacturing a run situation. A runner at third, less than 2 outs, and a golden opportunity to bring him home.
Swings through that one for strike one. This one in the air center field. Varsho under it. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and they lead by 2.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Alex Freeland.
So no one on after the sac fly. Alex Freeland digs in now.
Ball in.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. Fires over to Guerrero. Inning over. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the second, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
Hey! Ground ball right side, it squirts through. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Batting 6th, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Hey! The 0-1. That one to first. Knocks it down. And he's out on the tag.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Miles.
So now with one away and a man at second at the plate, Miles Straw.
That's a ball.
The 1-1. Foul ball there.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2 stays alive. And a 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Started after the 1-2 pitch. Appeal to first. Nope, he held back. Two now. Outside with a breaking ball.
Let's go, Miles.
Payoff pitch. That one lifted to left. Hernandez moving under it. And there's 2 away.
Batting 8th, shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
Here's Andres Jimenez.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That one fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and he popped it up. Brings it in. That is the inning. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Back now in Toronto. On to the 3rd inning. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Here we go, Dylan.
High fly ball down the left field line. And that'll get off into the seats. Well struck, deep right field, way back, and out of here. That one felt good, and they add to the lead. It's 3-0.
There was a sinker up in the zone. It looked like it came out of the pitcher's hand a little bit too early. Doesn't have the velocity that that good four-seam fastball does. And at the plate, he didn't miss it.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's 0 for 1. Ripped on a line to center. Varsho in position. 1 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop
Mookie Betts now made his debut with the Red Sox in 2014 and actually hit a home run against the Dodgers in 2016.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mookie is fantastic for baseball. A great player, big personality. He's played for some of the most popular teams in the league.
Out to short. So Mookie Betts with a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next,
just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. On the ground right side to Jimenez. What a double play that was. Inning over. This homer cuts into Toronto's deficit. It's now 3-0. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's the Toronto catcher, Tyler Heineman.
Ball.
And the 1-0.
Ball.
That one missed.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Here we go, Tyler.
There's the sinker at the knees for a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Right fielder, George.
And the batter is George Springer. First time up was a pop out.
Ball. Down.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
This one popped up right side. Freeman settles underneath it, takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, Davis Schneider.
And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Davis Schneider. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Ball. That pitch is out.
He swings and fouls one off.
Let's go, Davis.
And that one is popped in the air, shallow center, and that'll fall for a base hit. And out to a board.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still one challenge left for them. On the corner for a strike. And the count even 1-1. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's the challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. 2 on, 1 out. And that one clips the corner. This one popped up. Infield fly called there.
Up next for the Blue Jays, third baseman.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Two on, 2 outs.
That's a ball.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Got him swinging for the K. So they strand a pair. On to inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, start of the 4th, Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Hard hit right side. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Max.
Now it's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Dodgers, center fielder Andy Pajes.
2 outs, base is empty. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Fly to center his first time. And a breaking ball misses outside. Tap foul at the plate. In the air to left center. Strong moving under this one. And that's the 3rd out. Nothing across here this half. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the 4th, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho.
Center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
Ball one.
The 1-1. Late swing, foul to the left. The 1-2. And that skips in the dirt. Got him. One down.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Up next.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Come on, Ernie.
That's off the inside corner, and that's ball one. Challenge from behind the dish here. Pretty close, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. The Blue Jays trailing by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. And that one's a little bit low. Now 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Comes the 2-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. This one high in the air to left center. Hernandez on the move. Takes it in for the out. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Left fielder, Miles Straw.
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays.
Here we go, Miles.
This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. Now around second, going for third. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Andres Jimenez, the next to hit. He popped out his first time. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Inside, almost got him. Runner at third, 2 away. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. One left for Toronto. They trail in this one 3-0. Back now in Toronto. We go to the top of the 5th. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Here we go,
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Digging in, Alex Freeland. Fly ball down the line. And it's a foul ball, but it had the distance. Freeland goes 5 feet 11 inches, 200 pounds, and he was a third-round pick in 2022. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Dylan Cease out of the game, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching.
Mason Fluharty taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Very big at bat coming up as Shohei Ohtani steps into the box. He's already homered in this game. On the ground, right side to Jimenez. And two up play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
And now a very big at bat for Kyle Tucker. The lefty, the 1-0. Ground ball right side. Clement over to first. That's the inning. So the Dodgers lead one, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Bottom of the inning. Here's the Toronto catcher, Tyler Heineman. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man on base to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. George Springer will hit next. Pitch is in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, these Jays doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
There's the strike. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That K is his third of the game.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Now the number 2 hit. Davis Schneider. He's 2 for 2. base hit center field. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
2 on, 1 out. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Just missed.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The 2-1. Slider squirts away. Lead runner moves up to third, but no movement from the runner at first.
Getting the out was never going to be easy. The wild pitch outside made things very difficult behind the plate, and it turned into a stolen base opportunity.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
Okamoto swings through it for strike one. Two on, 2 outs.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Just missed.
Just out.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Payoff pitch. High fly ball out towards left center. Pajes on the move to the alley. Brings it in for the 3rd out. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Jays nothing. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. A new arm into the game, the righty, number 62. This is his 3rd time out this year. Here's Mookie now, 1 for 2. And that one ripped to left, 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
And here's Freddie Freeman. grip, but it curls foul. The 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. And they add on. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. That pitch was intended to stay inside, but it leaked out over the middle of the plate. Hitter waited on it, and he connected just perfectly.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Has grounded out a couple of times. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Here comes the 0-1. On the ground, out to short. Throws to first. Out number 2.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Max Muncy.
2 down, bases empty. Max Muncy at the dish. Hit hard on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. The Jays get one back on this homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Back now for the bottom of the
number
6th,
51,
and there's a new
Alex
pitcher on the mound.
Vesia.
Alex Vesia.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Leading off for
And now it's
Toronto,
Dalton Varsho.
Center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
That catches the top part of the zone. Strike 1.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter.
Ball 1.
I like the plate discipline there.
On the ground. Betts whips it to first. 1 away, bottom of the
Up
6th.
next for the Blue Jays, second baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. That finds the mark on the inside corner. Top of the zone for a called strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He worked the outside corner of the plate, and he kept it around the knees, both with the fastball and with the off-speed pitch.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Miles Straw.
Come on, Miles.
Off the
No,
mark
that's
there.
down.
And it's 1-0.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Fastball for a strike. And a swing and a miss. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That ends the frame. Blue Jays go down in order. They trail it here 4-0. Back here at Rogers Center, top of inning number 7, Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ground ball left
That's foul.
side, and that's just foul. Yo one. This one bashed to left center, on its way, and that one's out of here. A solo shot, and they boost their lead. It's 5-zip.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. Look at that, pure reaction. Fastball up and in, not an easy pitch to get to, but because it was just a reflex, he didn't have time to get long with his swing.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 62 is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
New pitcher on here, Lazaro
Number 60.
Estrada.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. Fastball for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Popped up. Clement under this one. And makes the grab. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Alex Freeland.
So digging in, Alex Freeland. Right side, Guerrero. He steps on the bag, 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He's already homered here in this one. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. And the lead is now 5-0. Back now in Toronto. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez.
Yeah!
That
Hey.
one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Next to hit, Tyler Heineman. It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Will Klein
number
gets the ball
61,
now.
Will
And he's got a
Klein.
nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Foul ball there. The Dodgers leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a foul out of play.
Let's go, Tyler.
Here's the 0-2. And down on strikes. That's out number 2.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Springer stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
That's ball 2. Aye!
Let's go, Blue Jays. Come on.
2 down, nobody on. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Here we go, George.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking, and that is that. Down in order go the Blue Jays. It's 5-0. We go to the 8th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Kyle Tucker.
No batter.
There's a swing and a drive. Springer drop step going back. Just missed it.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Now it's Mookie Betts. 1 for 3. High fly ball out to center field. 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. In the air to left center.
All right, here we go.
And that is that. Dodgers go down quietly as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Davis Schneider.
Davis Schneider.
Let's go, Jays.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Tanner Scott.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
No question about this one. It's out of here. A laser to left. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 5-1.
That could be one of those swings that really help spark this offense. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 3 in this one. That one clips the outside corner. That's strike one. And a foul ball. Scott, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Gets him to chase after that one. Next offering in there for a strike. Yeah, the count 1-2. Hit on the ground to the right side. And it goes just foul. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Check swing, and he went. And that's strike 1. High fly ball down the left field line. And that's a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. So it may be too little too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. It's now a 5-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, all set to start the 9th in this one. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Fastball is outside. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Muncy to hit. In the air, left field. Straw getting an angle on it. Makes the catch, crashing into the wall.
Up next for the Dodgers, center fielder Andy Pajes.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Popped in the air, left field. Straw takes it in for the out. 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder Teoscar Hernandez.
And next for LA, Teoscar Hernandez. Outside with a breaking ball. In the dirt. Man at second. And that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Up next for the Dodgers,
Alex
second baseman
Freeland
Alex
getting ready to hit. Lined into right. He's got it, and that is that. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and this is now a 6-1 ball game. Bottom of the 9th,
leading off
and now for the Jays, Ernie
second
Clement.
baseman, Ernie Clement.
Come on, Blue Jays, let's go.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Edwin Diaz. Ball
That's
one
a
there.
ball.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And the batter now, Miles Straw.
Ball.
Clement on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Right through there for a strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Another 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Popped up. And that'll fall for a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Really not a pitch you want to swing at if you don't have to, because it's almost impossible to hit anything that far inside with any type of authority. That one tied him up, but still able to guide it into the outfield somehow.
And here is Andres Jimenez. Pulls that one foul. The Jays down 5, trying to battle back here in the last half of inning number 9. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Tyler Heineman.
And here's the catcher, Tyler Heineman. That one in the dirt. Ball one. Runners at the corners, one away. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. And
that's
ball.
off the plate.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one, that's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touched it.
And a 2-1 on the way. Up the middle, slides for the stop. There's one. That's a double play. The ball game is over.
A little sigh of relief for the pitcher there, ending the ball game with a nice double play. You always love when you can get 2 for 1, especially when it wraps up the ball game. Nice win for this team today.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.